A Nintendo Switch you can fit in your pocket, you have our attention. Nintendo's new Switch Lite is available in the US and the UK on September 20th for $200 or 200 quid, and you can have it in any color, so long as it's gray, turquoise, or yellow. Its size and shape are perfect for kids whose smaller hands can't handle the traditional Nintendo Switch console, which as we all know is a bit more robust. At only $200, we imagine the Switch Lite was priced to fill the void left by Nintendo's 3DS line of handheld consoles that are slowly being phased out. So, how does it play? The Switch Lite is, of course, smaller and lighter than the traditional Switch console. The rectagonal touchscreen has been sized down from 6.2 inches to 5.5 inches, and they've done away with the detachable Joy-Con controllers. What we're left with feels less like a hybrid console and more like a souped-up Game Boy Advance. That said, for those of us with smaller hands, the Switch Lite is much more ergonomic. Couple that with the matte plastic texture of the shell, and you can honestly imagine yourself playing this thing until the battery dies, which is 7 hours, by the way. To reduce the cost of the new console, Nintendo removed both the Switch Lite's HD rumble and IR camera functions. That, combined with the smaller size and perm-attached Joy-Cons, result in a console that's roughly 30% lighter and about 30% cheaper. Initially, I had my doubts about whether text on such a small screen would be legible, but after playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and browsing its inventory menus, those fears were put to rest. My favorite exchange in this whole equation is that the left Joy-Con now includes a dedicated D-pad, or plus control pad as Nintendo calls it. This is much more favorable for retro game junkies, which is great because the Switch library is littered with retro games. When it comes to the software, the whole handheld-only conceit limits the number of games that can be played, like 1-2 Switch and Super Mario Party, which require detached Joy-Cons and special Joy-Con features like HD Rumble. Beyond that, just about every single game in the Switch library is playable in handheld mode. Perhaps the bigger problem with the console is its ability, or lack thereof, to play same-screen multiplayer games. Portable same-screen multiplayer was a core concept behind the Switch in the first place, and while players can easily join in on wireless multiplayer games with other Switch consoles, the console is otherwise designed for single-player gaming. Seasoned Nintendo Switch gamers may find it difficult to make the switch to the Switch Lite, but for younger kids and frequently mobile gamers, the Switch Lite is a no-brainer. For our full written review, check out our hands-on at TechRadar.com.